Attention gamers. When I am not experiencing great unparalleled success on this ratchet piss fest of a rift, you can oftentimes find me lurking in pro and challenger player streams asking them for advice on how I can climb and if they aren't too busy staging a mukbang.
Oh, Lena, you want California pita? That place is kind of nice.
I typically get an answer where sometimes it's incredibly helpful.
One tip that would turn me from 10-year gold hard suck into diamond play by the end of season 11. But yeah, turn on your monitor, bro. Turn it on, it's not that hard.
And other times it feels like I'm getting a motivational pep talk about defying the odds.
So I think my biggest tip is everything that they tell you in gold doesn't actually matter as much as you think. Like, you're not going to lose a game because of a team comp. You're not going to lose a game because of a pick, right? Like, how am I getting a challenger or team of jungle if team comps matter, right?
But recently I have been getting one particular answer from tons of these top caliber players.
I am here for free advice from Pekin on how I can become less hard stuck. Play Yone. Yone is the most brain dead piece of champion Riot has ever created. You can legit train zoo animals to play Yone correctly to climb to challenger. I hope that helps you, Rav.
So after hearing this same spiel from 4 or 5 streamers, I finally gave in and decided that I would put this theory to the test by first timing this win twin having no idea or guide by my side, aside from the few words that Mr. Pekin did provide.
And you start running at your enemy, and when they try to fight you back, even if you miss every Q, you can just kill them with auto attacks.
Oh, and my trusty face check application, which came in handy when I got placed top. Pekin said go mid.
Yone mid? Yeah. Of course, man. Yone mid.
And because face check tells you things like who your teammates play, I knew that my mid main top unlikely would swap. Hashtag thanks face check, but it also was a clutch money maker when it came time to set up runes, sums, build, you name it, considering I could push one button and like magic all that shiz was set up for me both in client and as a preview in game 2. I then saw my support pondering her life's decisions upon seeing her main pick Lux taken, so I helped her out. Then clarified myself thinking damn, this player listening to everything I say is some sus breedable behavior, but I got my heals so I was happy. Anyways, we get into the game and face check gives me a rundown of what I am in for with its smart tag system, and wahoo, I'm against a Lux one trick who farms well and does high damage, and I am well a novice Yone, which basically means after the game I am gonna have to be studying the end of game report that this application provides so that I can make Mr. Pekin proud by improving and climbing with his advice. And so a huge thanks to FaceCheck for 1 always being by my side and 2 sponsoring my content, so get it for free yourself with the link in my description. And let's get into my learning the way of Mr. Yone. Now immediately I notice that when I play this champ it's like I make him schizophrenic. You see, there's normal Yone, Mr. Socially Acceptable does his chores, goes to work, wipes his ass and acts normally. Then there's Stoned Ye. And this bloody alter ego is like he's auditioning for a role in a Purge movie, just ruthlessly putting himself into danger's way to try and kill others. So while game 1 early laning was kosher, we ran into issues when Stoned Ye came out as he dove deeper than a hooker's fish purse looking for that sweet first blood, only for that freaking swollen hand Sally to be there, as if Stoned Ye is just supposed to know jungle path timings. But I do have to say I immediately saw the potential, because even when Stoned Ye missed half his abilities I was still kicking some free range farm to table organic Lux asshole in lane. But it would have helped to watch at least one guide before this so that I would have known that black X marks the spot and not wait until it's red again. So give it up for the people in the comments who love saying how painful my gameplay is to watch. Glad I was able to give you ammo for your micro ween jerk fest to hentai in your mama's basement festival break to backseat a tuber before getting back to rubbing gamer girl bathwater on your nipples. But my depiction of league backseaters aside, it's worth noting that my greedy win-shitting ass got first tower in game 1, and while they thought the crime would be punished, I came prepared with a backup plan that will go down in history as unparalleled geniusness that no one will ever. Now if I would have died in that last scene, then I would have immediately ran back to that skinny jean-roided male stripper and let Stoned Ye out of the cage for some lawless avenging, but I didn't die in the last scene, so none of that happened. What happened instead was that everyone was gathering for a prayer service to commemorate the scuttle crab that we slaughtered shitless in this stream, and since I was full build, you know who came out. And like a perv motor boating a set of gelatinous jiggle jugglers, there was no leaving until being physically forced away, and by some grace of 200 years God I end up surviving such a stupid shitfest. And maybe that's why this dumb champ is recommended, because the chaos that I just caused somehow resulted in a very one-sided team fight. Then the very next scene the sky starts menstruating into the shrubs, which means a bastard with too much hair gel will be coming in, so I let him push me into Zaya #boner alert, and then I let him take her away as Stone Jie comes out and fruit ninjas a group of them by Hasa Jiing the blonde and returning to his well-mannered personality. I then spend the middle portion of this fight like it's halftime and I have the munchies just walking around looking for the hot dog stand and not really contributing to anything going on until I remember why I'm here, and that's to kill ADCs, so you already know. Stone Jie full force jab stabbing that cutie we call Cupcake and almost taking down Wanda as well. And a minute later when I see that pixie dust shitting fairy godmother trying to break one of my cameras, I have to hit her with the slice and dice, that diminutive little Zelda elf combo, which leaves her one queef from killed and me returning to socially acceptable Yone, wondering why I didn't get a kill, but not to fear. Silco sperm injected Vander is here to bring me those sweet assist Gs. And I'm not entirely sure if this is what the challenger players meant in their advice, but I just kept finding myself plunging into danger pure windshitter style and then dying, but having caused enough actual chaos and cooldowns to then line up my team to knock them down like dumb bowling pins. And maybe that is the Yone effect, but that was just game 1, so when I queued up for round 2 and courtesy of face check saw this failed abortion of an opponent, I knew it was going to be better, starting immediately with a small episode of Stone Jie coming out with a dashing, daring, full of damage incursion that earned me first bloodies. Then when that Amelia Earhart simp tried to pick another fight, I just followed the Pekin strategy.
And when they try to fight you back, even if you miss every Q, you can just kill them with auto attacks.
Even when I found myself in a non-consensual 3-way with a sex ant and a pussy pilot falling victim to a noob Yone move, I stayed calm and returned to my body with a slick backup plan. And so with the power of having one full game under my belt paired with the fact that this dumb broken champ somehow does mixed damage and melts even the tankiest of obese goats, you can probably guess how this one ended. My whole team decided that they would rather fist each other's quit queefing mud pockets in the locker room than try to win. Bet you didn't see that twist, because their god-awful Lulu definitely didn't. But then something awful happened. As I got more comfortable with this champ's mechanics, Stone Jie started getting more reckless, harder to control, and I, Rav, started becoming what I swore I never would become, a windshitter, dashing, dying, feeding, making my teammates despise my pure existence, and losing every single matchup badly. And this could not go on. So I am sorry, Pekin and other challengers. Your advice requires a level of IQ that I unfortunately do not meet.
I actually hate that I am even allowed to do that.
So if you are like me and need something even more brain dead, let me introduce to you a strategy that even I find consistent success with. Tristana mid baby, that is right. Starting at level 2, you just front flip your little rabbit balls onto their heads, launch a game of Minesweeper, and you get either first blood or their sums every time. Then when you miss position because you are a low IQ shitter, you make them think this is gonna be a one-sided race until bam, Stone Jie variant of Tristana into danger, fry that golden calamari and then reset, hop to safety, easy as piss. You catch that flailing pile of ramen noodles trying to leave lane, you say no way Jose, build up a bomb and then blast his ass back to base. And unlike Yone, this flipping yordle has a resetting get out of jail free card, so when Obama's wife ties up the glowing tapeworm, you parkour straight into danger, tap that ass from the back and enjoy your dive totally unscathed. Now when you pick this pocket-sized gunslinger, I typically go Kraken Slayer, because tanks like this Scion typically will say call me Kraken, and you will likely have a full AD team, so true damage will help you not get flamed for tickling tanks, but you should still waste your ult to steal kills because you will want to be a big ass Betty late. Then of course when it takes half your team to kill the designated Kraken, you can ask Rift Alexa to announce her prediction on if you will be stopped.
Unstoppable.
Team fights are a piece of carrot cake, because when you inevitably position worse than foreskin 8 days after a Jewish boy is born, you can just giddily hop your way out of there. If their support steps up, you can just politely ask her if she is named after the place you are sending her, and then you have the tools to distance yourself from Helicopter Tommy with a totally necessary flash, because nobody is getting this bounty. Then when you have a little ADC's anonymous meeting, you can preach about all the puss you've been slaying since locking in mid, and let me just say the others will just be dying of jealousy. At this point you will be fed enough to take out towers, tanks, and entire teams all by yourself. Then you keep stealing kills because more gold on you means your bomb damage will splash harder than the TLC 1000-pound chicks falling into an infinite pool, and this will likely create a situation where their team is so blue-balled from trying to kill your fed ass all game that they will make borderline reportable decisions trying to kill you, to which you can make it look like you are skillfully outplaying them, but in reality this champ is just truly the definition of something that even barn animals can be trained to play, and I believe my earlier embarrassing failures on Yone can act as proof in this statement. So if you have any ounce of skill or intelligence,
Play Yone.
but if you are an ass-smelling degen like me, give this a go. Check out the video that gets blooped up here on the screen, and thank you for watching. Rav out.
Boy, I'm in your crib with the blappy boy. Talk to me slick and I'm popping your pappy. If happy talk back, then I'm taking your Grammy, and boy oh boy, I'll make her happy.